Welcome and greetings from the Kingdom of Cambodia. This is your news on Cambodia. Coming up, a look at what's working well for the country's economy, followed by our fact check on some of the latest headlines. We'll wrap up with the day's most notable news items. Stay tuned. Tonight we're going to take a look at the face of our neighboring country, Thailand, to ask a painful question. Is Thailand aware of its glaring mistakes? Or is its national pride so blinding that it's accelerating its own collapse? The ancient proverb warns that pride goes before a fall. I believe that we are watching that fall in real time, fueled by a dangerous mix of political hypocrisy, racism, and a refusal to acknowledge reality. Unfortunately, when we look at the situation with the border, we can see the true, brutal face of a very brutal military regime in Thailand. The clearest proof is Thailand's inhumanity and the continued detention of our 18 captured soldiers. There's been a broken promise. Thailand promised their prompt release under the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accords. Then, using a landmine incident as a pretext, they unilaterally suspended the deal and canceled the soldiers' scheduled release. Samdech Hun Sen spoke for the nation when he publicly questioned Thailand's motives and asserted his belief that Thailand has no intention of ever returning them. These men are being used as political hostages, a gross violation of the Geneva Conventions. Thailand, hiding behind a false claim of security, is inflicting emotional trauma on these families to exert leverage over our sovereignty. But the lawlessness extends beyond the military line. It's rooted, unfortunately, now in a culture that tolerates hatred. The Thai military and police act with impunity, committing abuses that include rape and severe beating of Cambodian migrant workers inside Thailand. This is the deep hypocrisy. Thailand's economy relies on over an estimated 500,000 to 800,000 Cambodian migrant workers who are vital to sectors like agriculture and construction. Yet, the same apparatus that benefits from their labor allows them to be subjected to racist abuse and violence. This viciousness shatters any notion of Thailand being what we would call a civilized or sophisticated nation. It is unfortunately now a nation whose security establishment operates with a lawlessness reserved for thugs. Where is the mirror for Thailand? Why do they seem so unable to see their glaring mistakes? I believe that the answer lies in the failure of professional self-awareness, particularly in their media. There has been a severe lack of journalistic integrity. While professional journalism, it does exist in Thailand, but the dominant narrative during this conflict has been plagued with bias and ultra-nationalism. Thai media outlets, often reflecting military sources, constantly amplify false narratives, claims of newly planted Cambodian landmines or accusing Cambodian citizens of encroachment without transparent forensic verification. There's the denial of fact when Cambodia provides official facts and invites international verification. Thailand's military simply denies the truth, prioritizing the narrative that fits their political need to look strong. This refusal to engage with verifiable facts, coupled with their institutional pride, makes genuine conflict resolution almost impossible. The combination of military dominance, political hypocrisy, and racist elements, which fuels the targeting of both migrant workers and border civilians, is a fundamentally unstable recipe. It's why Cambodia has always championed the rule of law, the International Court of Justice, because we know that the moment pride dictates policy, truth dies. The world needs to understand that this military pride is not free. It is accelerating Thailand's fall, causing deep economic and political damage to itself. Thailand's border closure, fueled by its aggression, has disrupted bilateral trade valued at over $10 billion per year. Economists have warned that the first few days of the conflict alone cost Thailand over $300 million. The tourism sector, which is reliant on peace, has been heavily impacted. The constant border crisis, driven by the Thai military, directly contributes to the severe political instability and factional infighting in Bangkok. Foreign policy becomes a tool for domestic power struggles, weakening their diplomatic credibility. Unfortunately, Thailand has lost the trust of the very allies that it needs. They have betrayed the promises of the United States and the Malaysian ASEAN chairmanship, making themselves an unreliable, dangerous partner in the region. I want to say this. The solution for Thailand is not to fight harder. It is to be humble, recognize its weakness, and make profound internal improvements. Self-awareness is the only path to development. They must stop hiding behind the facade. They must begin respecting the law and release our soldiers. Their current path is destructive, and it is entirely self-inflicted. On the Cambodia side, Cambodia remains steadfast in peace, and we're asking you, the world, to recognize this essential truth. The failure of governance in Thailand is a crisis for the entire region. We ask you to join us in demanding action. Demand that Thailand frees our 18 soldiers. Compel an independent investigation into the criminal attacks on our Cambodian civilians. And force Thailand to honor the treaties that they have signed. That's all the time we have. We appreciate you tuning in to get a complete picture of what's happening in Cambodia. We look forward to connecting with you again on our next program to bring you more news and updates from across the nation of Cambodia.
ត្រយ៉ងនាំសារពិតគ្រប់ទីកន្លែង